Okay, so this is a review of the film called Sinners. I was lucky enough to see a preview yesterday and it's on general release next week. It's directed by Ryan Coogler. Now, Ryan Coogler is one of those exceptional, talented filmmakers who can actually tell a story and has got a vision for that story. So we're really talking, without cutting to the chase, and this is a spoiler-free review, we're talking about films in that 8 to 10 out of 10 kind of zone, more or less always. And if you've watched these other films, Black Panther, and if you like that kind of storytelling, then you'll like this film, and you'll probably like whatever film he's going to do going forwards, because that's his style. You know what I mean? He's a very competent filmmaker and amongst a lot of mediocrity. At the heart of the film are two gangster brothers which are both played by Michael B. Jordan. He nails both. He nails both. I think in terms of rating for him, he's got to get the magic 10 for him in both roles that he plays. So you've got the more kind of angry gangster, but you got to remember it's set in the 1900s. So yes, listen, he's still definitely gangster. They're both gangsters. But there are some limits, and I guess there's an vein of ethics, but still gangsters. Okay, so that's brother number one. Brother number two, still a gangster, but he's more of the planner gangster. One is slightly more aggressive than the other, but both bad aggressive, and both will shoot you for doing the wrong thing and just basically to maintain a reputation. And then it gets drawn into, there are people of their times, they're Jim Crow, and it gets drawn into the past relationships, and the main ethos of where they're at right now was this juke joint where black people used to go and party and then put on entertainment in a setting of vampires. And as you go through, you know where you are at all stages, and by the end, you know, you stand with them, you know where it's going to go forwards, and all characters are completely developed and you're immersed in that world. And Michael B. Jordan was that world. You weren't watching an actor do two roles. You was literally watching those characters, and it felt like you were there on the journey that he took you through. So I guess just bravo on that. But the true main character is actually the preacher's son in some ways. And it wasn't until on reflection I thought, well, actually, yeah, maybe it's told through his eyes as a sort of narrator. And there's no real fall off there. I mean, the true star is Michael B. Jordan. And it's one of those things where on reflection there were a few choices made. I'm not going to say what happened, but literally right at the end, like the end of the credits, so don't leave. It's like, why did they make that decision? Yeah, why did he run out? Talking about Michael B. Jordan at one stage, I'm not going to spoil it. Why would he just run straight out? In terms of the people they date, so the ladies, no doubt, you've got the Michael B. Jordan looking buff, and that's for them. And for the men, you've got Haley Steinfeld, mwah, 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 mwah. And an honourable mention to Delroy Lindo, absolute legend, and funny from the first minute to the last minute. Bravo, good sir, bravo. Then you got the preacher's son, and you think about the journey that he goes on romantically, and you think, oh my gosh, that is just diving all the way in. But it's all these creative ideas which are explored in film, and it's very interesting. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be one of those films which is talked about and celebrated, and it's a work of art in terms of the craft of storytelling. I've got to give this one a very satisfying 9 out of 10. If you've seen it and you want to give me some feedback on your thoughts, there's definitely interesting themes that were being brought forwards. You've got the Jim Crow America, you've got the relationship themes, you've got the brotherly love themes, you've got the vampire themes, you've got the religious expectation themes, you've got many, many more. Let me know your thoughts.